Hello, I'm Dr. Harper. This video is a tutorial on how to make a video for students. In making a video, some students probably know how to do this, but this is what I found to be a very simple way to create a very good video, a reasonable video, using just a Microsoft suite of PowerPoint, Word, and Excel. So first, let's open PowerPoint. Now you can click, when you open PowerPoint, you have a blank presentation here, and they give you some prompts here. I prefer to use my own. Click the boundary, delete, click the boundary and delete. And then once I want input information up here, I can come up here on insert, table, and I'm sure there's better ways of doing this, but this is how I do it. And once I have a table here, I can do another table down here, insert another table right here and bring this down, or I can come in here under layout and I can add multiple rows in a table. But let's come back up here and let's say, okay, if I want to make sure that my font is white with a blue background, and I'm going to say making a video. And so I want this to be centered, boom, and up here layout, let's make sure it's in the center. That's kind of small, so I'll highlight it, come up here into home, and oh well, I like Arial. That's my favorite, my go-to script. So I come down here, and as you go down, you can see it getting bigger and bigger and bigger. How big do we want to make this? Woo, 60 is good. I like that. That's nice, and it's nice and that's what we're doing, making a video. This is the first slide. As I move this around, you can see when it's in the center, the red dashed line, vertical line tells you it's in the center. Okay, now down here, I'm going to say step one. Step one is open PowerPoint. Again, let's center this, layout. Make it in the center. Whoops, let's do both of them. Center here and center. Let's make this bigger. Home, and Arial. And then 18, font, let's come at bigger, 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 bigger. Let's come down to 32. That's good enough. And down here, all these, we don't need this anymore. So under layout, over here, delete. We want to delete the rows. So that's how you add rows and delete rows. So that's step one, open PowerPoint. Now step two, this is one slide. Over here on the left you have your slide. Right click and you can duplicate this. You can have a new slide, delete the slide, or duplicate the slide. I like to duplicate it because I want to keep this heading. But now I'm going to have step two. Now step two, let's see, create your slides. Okay, well, you can create your slides by the way I've done this, or let's duplicate another side, step three, and would create your slides from Word files. You can create them from Word files. Now I have a Word file over here. Let's see, where did it go? Here it is. I have a Word file. That's not it. Here we go. And down here, supposing this is a Word file. Now down here to say, oh, I want to put this table of numbers in there. I can highlight it, Control C, and then come down here, click below this so it doesn't highlight. If you highlight this, it'll try to throw it in that file there, in that box. Down here, Control V to paste. Whoop, there it is. Okay, well, it has its own format. The colors are fine. I'm going to highlight this and say, you know, I want this to be smaller. Under layout, over here on the width, the down arrow, I'm going to start reducing it down to the way I want it. I like that. And so let's come over here. Now, I could make it bigger if I want to center it. There's it centered. I could make it bigger if I wanted to, I suppose. And we know how to do that, right? But we do want Arial. Here's Arial. It's 10, let's see, 11, 12, 11. Yeah, just make it 11. That's good. The point is, you can put a Word file and then format it the way you want. But then that's step 4, duplicate the slide. Step 4, let's see, from Excel files. EXCEL files. Now these files, when you copy it, up here on the clipboard, you have the down arrow. There was the file from Word. I'm going to copy a file, a picture from Excel, and create from Excel file. So I don't want this anymore, so let me highlight this, delete it. Okay, and then I come to an Excel file. Let's see. Yeah, I have one over here. Here's an Excel file. And I say, you know, I have this data. I put the data in my file, and I'm going to highlight it. Up here, insert. Over here, if I make a chart, let's see. Yeah, that's a good chart. I can format this chart the way I want, but you know, make it big, small, colors, however you want to do it. But once we have the chart, under Home, the menu for the copy as picture. Down here, as shown when printed, and say OK. And what that's going to do, move this out of the way, it puts the picture in the clipboard, coming back to your PowerPoint. You click it here, you click the picture, and there you go. There you have it. Now, remember, you can format the size of this thing as a picture and center it. But over here is where you're going to format the actual chart itself, with the title here, with the margins here, with the legends, whatever you want to do. You format it in Excel, but once you have it in Excel, then you can change the size here. Okay, and then let's see. Well, that's probably good enough. And then right-click, duplicate this size, and then, whoops, wait a minute. Step 3, I forgot to say step 4. Okay, then let me click here, step 5. Step 5 then, let's delete this, is conclusion. Conclusion on however you want to do it. Now, some of you who are very used to this know that you can come up here, you can insert shapes, insert icons here, which sometimes people really like to do. You can smart art. You can input smart art. You just OK and click it and then format it. There's all kinds of things you can do. OK, but then once you're done, and I have my video, I come up here, File, I'm going to save it. Save as, and I have this presentation 1 here. Click. I'm going to save it as a presentation 1. It's a PowerPoint presentation.pptx, and finally let me save it. Okay, I've saved it. So now let me bring this over my file here. You see, there's my presentation 1. But then again, there's no audio. It's just video. So let me come back and say, okay, now I want a slideshow. If you do a slideshow from the beginning, then you go down step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and you're done. So I could do that. But I want audio. How do you do audio? Well, audio, instead of slideshow, instead of from the beginning, you record your slideshow and it'll put audio in there. Okay, so when I record slideshow, I'm going to record from the beginning, and to make it easy, it's just one take. Okay, now when you record it, click record, and I have a second window over here, and you got to be careful with these windows because there's one window that controls what you do, the other is what you're viewing. And so let me bring this in to show you what it looks like. And so here is where you're recording what you do. You're going to record, you're going to stop, replay, and I have 2 screens here. But you just record. Once you record, and it'll start 3, 2, 1, and then you start recording. But it doesn't record in the transition between one slide and the next slide. And once it transitions, once it starts a slide, there's a delay. before the audio kicks in. So once the slide comes up, just count 1, 2, and then talk, and then 1, 2, change your slide. 1, 2, then talk. 1, 2, change your slide. 1, 2, then talk before you end. And escape will end. So let's do it. Okay, ready? Here we go. And when I do this, I'm going to start recording, but before I record, I move this out of the way, and then I'll do my video. Ready? Record. 3, 2. Hello. This is making a video. Step 1 is open PowerPoint. Step 2 is create your own slides. Step 3 is create your own slides from Word files. Step 4 is create your own slides from Excel files. And step 5 is your conclusion from your presentation at the very end. Thank you. Now, bringing back PowerPoint, I finished, right? Let me save this as presentation 2. Okay, and there's my presentation 2. And you can see here I have audio, 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 audio. Now I'm going to play, I don't need this anymore. I'm going to play this back and you're going to hear it, okay? And you'll see the transition, and it cuts out and it cuts in. Let's see how I did. Okay, ready? From the beginning. Slideshow from the beginning. And I have the audio on. Hello, this is making a video. Step 1 is open PowerPoint. Step 2 is create your own slides. Step 3 is create your own slides from Word files. Step 4 is create your own slides from Excel files. And step 5 is your conclusion from your presentation at the very end. Thank you. And there you go. And there it is. Okay. Now, before you go, you can submit this, but what I ask is under File, Save As, and this will be presentation number 3. Okay. But then before presentation 3, you down arrow, you come down here, all the way down here into Mag4, save it as an MP4. Click MP4, and presentation 3 is an MP4. I save it. Now if I bring back my folder, I can see presentation 3 is an MP4 file. Now when I click that, it's a presentation. Ready? Click. Here it comes. Hello, this is making a video. Step 1 is open PowerPoint. But hopefully you can see how to do this, and you can edit it if you want to, but you don't need to. I'll see it, and you actually can do it again. And so you can record it again if you want, and then do a second take or a third take. But basically, I just want you to go through this to get used to it, to see how to do it. And because this, I think, is a good skill to have, especially in business, because in business, it's all about presentations. So this is a simple way to make a video. And you have all the tools. If you have a laptop and you have a camera and a mic, and you have Microsoft Suite, you have PowerPoint, Word, and Excel, you can create a video. And so I hope this helps. That's all I have. And so between now and the next time I see you, good luck with making a video, and take care.